so hot. God, you couldn't make it hotter, did you? Who is calling my name in vain? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, God. How can I make it up to you?
Okay, just don't do that anymore.
Okay. Okay, I won't do that. Wait, God. While you are here, I wanted to ask you some questions.
Yes, go ahead.
God, what is for you $1 million?
For me, $1 million is like a penny.
What is for you 1,000,000 years?
For me, $1 million is like a second.
God, would you give me $1 million?
Of course, just wait a second.
Namaskar. In this video, I'm gonna show you two simple but very important meditation techniques that 99% of even experienced meditators don't know about. This is one of the main reasons so many people don't reach higher states of awareness and don't experience the extraordinary benefits meditation has to offer, like happiness, peace, calmness, love, wisdom, and power, and don't reach very far with their meditation practice, and sooner or later they abandon it altogether, which is unfortunate. But I'll make sure this never happens to you and you can quickly get all the joy and all the happiness from your meditations. So let's get started. By the way, my name is Bal Gopal and I have been practicing and teaching the ancient spiritual techniques of yoga and meditation for the last 20 years, and I've helped thousands of people like you to achieve happiness, peace, calmness, love, wisdom, and power through these teachings. So if you also want me to do the same for you, make sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to get more new helpful videos like this one every day. Now, the first technique is the length of your meditation. How long should you be meditating? Take a guess. 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 5 minutes, 50 minutes? And the answer is neither of these. It's just different for everyone. Here is exactly how you should meditate. First, it's important to remember to start gradually and to be constant in your practice. This is the most important. Twice a day is ideal, but only once a day every day is much better than just few days a week, 2 times per day. First, it's important to remember to start gradually and to be constant in your practice. Twice a day is ideal, but only once a day every day is much better than just few days a week, even if you do it twice a day. One of the components of any formula for success is duration. If you meditate only sometimes, that component would be broken and you won't be able to go very far. So here is the answer. You should meditate the longer the better, but only as long as you feel joy inside. Otherwise, sooner or later, you will fall from the practice and you don't want that. No, because in my 20 years of meditation practice, I have seen many people abandon their meditations just because they don't follow this simple principle. When your joy starts to diminish, you will know that this is the time to end your meditation. That is to say, in meditation, quality is much more important than quantity. 5 minutes real solid focused meditation is much more valuable than even 1 hour half-hearted restless meditation. Once you have established your solid practice for, let's say, 10 minutes, then you can build gradually from there for longer meditations. That reminds me of a story with the great yoga and meditation teacher Paramahansa Yogananda. He was so advanced spiritually that he often asked what disciples think and do. Once he said to one of his disciples, "You didn't meditate today." And she said, "Sir, I've meditated a whole hour." And then he said to her, "You should have meditated half an hour." See, he knew what this disciple did in her meditation. She was just rambling throughout 1 hour, sitting there, and instead she should have done only half an hour, but did it with focus and concentration. Now, you don't have to worry about that right now, because with all that you're going to learn here, you will be able to get much more benefits with just 10 minutes of practice than 99.9% of all other meditators out there who meditate hours at a time. Here is another very important point about success in meditation, and not only in meditation but also in life, which not many people know about, and it's about working with energy. This is crucial to succeed, and if you don't know this or you fail to practice it, you will not go very far, not only in your meditation practice, but also in anything you want to accomplish in life. So this is very important. Yoga teaches everything around us is actually energy. We live in a sea of endless energy. This energy is called prana in Sanskrit. That's why there are practices in yoga called pranayama, which literally means control of the energy in the body. Only recently science has confirmed that fact, but yoga teaches that since thousands of years ago. And to succeed in meditation, you have to always practice pranayama to some extent. Why? Because the yogis discovered that intelligence and joy are closely related to the amount of energy into the body. The more energy rises in the body, the more intelligent you are. Yogis discovered that intelligence actually means energy raising to the brain. If you observe the life of geniuses in this world, like Albert Einstein and Nikola Tesla, they had a great amount of energy. There are many stories about them that they have slept very, very little and worked a lot tirelessly to accomplish their discoveries. In fact, Albert Einstein has been friend to great yogis and mystics like Rabindranath Tagore. And the opposite is also true. If you observe dull-minded people, you can see that they have a very little energy. The same is true for joy and for love. When you are in love or you are joyful, you automatically look up, you feel uplifted, you feel light, you feel high. This is because the energy is flowing upward to the brain. Now, the energy in the body flows through specific channels called chakras and nadis. We are not going to go through them in great detail here because this is a vast topic and it's for another discussion, but I will give you all you need to know about that in order to achieve great peace, calmness, joy, love, and well-being and happiness with your meditations. The best way to raise the energy towards the brain is when you meditate, to focus your attention at the point between the eyebrows right here, because this is the point of joy and creativity in the human body. This point is called the spiritual eye and is located into the Agya chakra. Anytime you focus your attention there, it serves as a magnet which draws and raises the energy upwards from the lower chakras, which results of many benefits like memory boost, concentration, happiness, and well-being. You can notice how this phenomenon is made involuntary by people. Just observe someone who is trying to concentrate hard and to remember something. See how he automatically looks upward towards the point between the eyebrows, like this, and frowns. To do it correctly, you have to follow a specific way, otherwise you will not be able to lift your energy and will not be able to get the benefits from your meditation practice. Here are some questions that some of you have asked me about this meditation method and my answers about them. What about if I continue to practice and still can see a lots of results? With this specific meditation method, you will start seeing results immediately. If you don't, it means that there is something that you're not doing right and you have to revise your training and correct it. That's all. Also, the more you practice, the more results you will get. You need to apply what you have learned and you have to practice, otherwise you will not be able to get the desired results. Remember what we've talked about in the previous videos. What about if my mind is restless? Now, this is a common concern in meditation and it's one of the main barriers for anyone who is serious about it. However, you must remember that proper meditation actually calms the mind. The only antidote to that is practice. Also, there are some other specific techniques which I will talk about some other time. If I feel anger, frustration, or hunger, or some other negativity, what should I do? Now, that happens a lot to my students, and the answer to that is that all these emotions and feelings have been already there. The only thing is that so far you haven't quieted your mind enough to perceive them. But that's a good news, because when you know where the problem is, you will know how to fight it, and the kind of meditation you will learn here is the perfect solution for this. I feel very sleepy, and this is also a very common problem with meditation, and if you stick with me, I will give you some simple but very specific and very effective techniques to deal with that. That's the end of today's presentation. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did making it for you. Like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. I would love to know whether you meditate daily, how long, what kind of meditation method you are doing, and what are the challenges you are facing in your meditations, so I can help you better with this video series. And feel free to share this video with anyone you think will also benefit from it. God bless you. Namaste.